Of course, we got to do the San Antonio Spurs. Welcome to the offseason recap of the San Antonio Spurs. And yes, the Spurs right now are looking good. Victor Wembanyama, surrounded by veterans, and Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell. By the way, Devin Vassell is like so underrated. So underrated. Okay. Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson were basically both guys are borderline all-stars, you could argue, or at least like high-level starters. And they brought back Tre Jones, who is a very solid defensive pass-first guard. Julian Champagnie, Sandro was brought back. They got in a trade. Same thing with Reggie Bullock and Cameron Payne. They got CD Sissoko. And, Romeo Langford, Gorgie Dang, Giedevez Diop, they left. And the thing is that, did you know Tim Duncan in his rookie season, the Spurs went 56-26? Obviously, Tim Duncan joined David Robinson. And Victor Wembanyama is joining Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, and of course our man Jeremy Sochan, who averaged 14, 6 and 6, or 14, 6 and 4 to end the year. Absurd with Jeremy Sochan's end of the year was absurd. So let's just talk about this roster, what it's looking like for the Spurs right now, and give you updates on any salaries that you need to know of in terms of guaranteed money or non-guaranteed money. Like Devontae Graham only has 2.8 guaranteed after the season, so it's basically if they keep him for the whole year, he'll be either traded or waived. But they have 18 players under contract right now: Keldon Johnson, Doug McDermott, Victor Wembanyama, Devontae Graham, Reggie Bullock, Tre Jones, Zach Collins, Kem Birch, Cedi Osman, Cameron Payne, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, Malachi Branham, Julian Champagnie, Blake Wesley, Charles Bassey, Sandro, CD, and then two guys on two ways, so they have one more two-way open with Don Barlow and Serge Abari Rice. It's interesting. They could technically bring back Romeo Langford or Gorgie Dang if they wanted, as they have cap holds, but no. So we got to talk about who they could potentially, waive this upcoming, training camp. And let me let you guys know: Cameron Payne, Cedi Osman, Kem Birch, Reggie Bullock, Doug McDermott, Zach Collins, and Sandro are all just 1-year deals, with Sandro being the cheapest. So that's also, consider. So for me, I think Cameron Payne's going to get cut. I don't know if Reggie Bullock or Kem Birch will be on the opening day roster. I expect 2 or 3 veterans to be traded or cut at some point. But look, this is an interesting team because they're going to go into next year's free agency with a bunch of money. A bunch, $53 million in salary cap space. So I really think they've done a good job. And the starting lineup, we've heard tentatively Victor Wembanyama is going to play, maybe load management. I assume the starting lineup, Tre Jones, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson. Is Vic going to be the center, or are they going to run him at power forward? Let's say they run him at power forward and then Zach Collins the center, or they run the Tre Jones, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sochan, Victor Wembanyama, and then you have Zach Collins, Malachi Branham, Doug McDermott, Devontae Graham, Blake Wesley, Cedi Osman, Charles Bassey, Sandro, Julian Champagnie, Cam Payne, Blake Wesley, a bunch of guys off the bench. So they've got options, to say the least. It's just an interesting situation for them because I think they're a team that definitely could be really, 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 really surprising and be a play-in team, I think. But realistically, they're probably going to be the Orlando Magic of this past year. where maybe in the beginning of the year it's a little rough, but by the end, it could be really beautiful. And they could make like a run for the play-in. I haven't worked out in like 10 days, guys. And I feel so fat. Okay. 10 days without working out. And I don't know. It's like the Spurs, okay? They need reps, the young guys. So there is the fear that having these young guys on the team with all these vets is they got to do something about the vets, because I think you got to give your young guys as many minutes as possible. So for me, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's going to be exciting to see this upcoming year for the Spurs. And I'm excited. Like, San Antonio is going to be sick. And you guys got Vic. Like, I also called it. I've been saying it for months that Victor Wembanyama was going to be a Spur. So I would like to say that if you've been following the channel, I'd been saying that for a while. And I don't know. I think about a team like the Spurs is that Greg Popovich, like, slowly has just been building like the squad that's been needed in San Antonio. So I'm excited. And this is going to be a fun season. Because now that they've got their guys, they've got their team, I think you can't. So this is the best offseason they've had since, I guess, LaMarcus Aldridge signed to them. So let me hear your guys' thoughts. I just think it's crazy the fanfare that Victor Wembanyama is getting, which is awesome. It's good for the sport, but it's pretty freaking crazy to think about, like, if you guys just been following. But that's it. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. But I think that's it. I don't know what else we would talk about without wasting your time. So if you made it this far, I appreciate the support, and it means the world. And if you guys want to continue to support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We're on the way to 20,000. So that is also something we're doing. Yeah. Thank you. Have a great day.